In this video I want to talk about how the tonic herbs are protective, how they are great protectors. The first thing that comes to mind is that the tonic herbs have, in most cases across the board, a pretty profound anti-inflammatory, antioxidant effect on the body, which, in my opinion, is always a good thing. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're in inflammation and overheating and feeling just, congested and hot all the time. I'm not really. I like to feel just cool and calm and balanced. So, for that reason, the tonics, reishi, gynostemma, cordyceps, on down the line are all profound at protecting the body from oxidation, from cellular oxidation, from lipid oxidation, meaning like the fats in our body from oxidizing, which is really strongly correlated to the whole aging and breaking down process. Because if you look at like a car rusting or something, or metal rusting, that's the oxidation process. That's the process of that metal being broken down. So the oxidation process in our body is a very similar process. So the more we can stop, prevent, and protect against it, the better off we'll be. And then the fact that life can be pretty inflammatory, as far as allergies from foods, allergies from things in the air, in the water, our clothes, things like that. These can all stimulate an inflammatory response in the body. So the tonic herbs just help to kind of cool that down and keep that in check, so we don't have to deal with that little acute issue anymore. The second way that they're really protective is for balancing, strengthening, and tonifying our immune system. So what comes to mind here is reishi and cordyceps and astragalus and chaga and goji berry and gynostemma and ginseng. Those all come to mind as being profound at modulating our immune system, not stimulating, not depressing, but balancing and strengthening. So basically what they can do is they can come in, sense deficiencies, sense excesses, balance them out, so we're not dealing with an imbalanced immune system, and then they kind of rally up all our natural killer cells and macrophages and lymphocytes and all of that, and rally them up and get them going and say, hey, go out, do your job, clean house, clean out all this junk, and let's get some work done. So that can really help to knock out and diminish viral, bacterial, fungal loads in the body, allergies, little rashes, weird things like that pop up in the body that are basically related to the immune system. Those can all be knocked out. So that's the second way the herbs are protective. The third way is a little less physical and a little more etheric or energetic or spiritual. In that herbs, especially like reishi and maybe asparagus, gynostemma, schizandra, a lot of these tend to work on our spirit, work on our consciousness, especially reishi, because it's actually called the Great Protector, but it strengthens our Wei Qi, for one, which is our Qi that's generated by our body. It's kind of like our protective aura, our protective shield that we radiate, and if that charge is strong enough, it can repel physical and non-physical things from even coming into our perception field. And from my experience from taking reishi, from people I've worked with, from their experience, from people I've just hung out with and told them about it, they all come back and say pretty much the same thing, that they notice people deal with them differently. People tend to be a little nicer. They tend to be a little nicer. The negative things that used to happen tend to just not happen to them anymore. So, and also that's just a little bit in the short term. There are more long-term things of helping you deal with negative thought patterns, release negative thought patterns, and work through old things that can attract new negative things to you. But that's kind of a separate conversation. So those are just kind of three ways that the tonic herbs are protective. They're massively anti-inflammatory and antioxidant to our body. They are immune modulating, and third, they help just protect us by helping us to generate a stronger protective shield, non-physical and physical. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I will talk to you soon.